Hey guys, what's going on? Cloud from Blackcloud Gaming. I'm back again with the part 2 version for the DragonKnight build. I released a current video before about my DragonKnight build, and it needed some tweaking and fixing. I'm not sure if you guys watched it or if you guys followed it, or if you guys what you guys thought of it, but now I have the complete full build. It's all finished and everything, and I really like it, and it's a ton of fun to play. As you guys can see here, I'm wearing the whole Primeval set, and I think it's awesome. It's badass. Obviously, the set of the blade that you see there, but I think the armor really coincides and looks well with the build that I'm making right now. I kind of wish I had the wings from Tequatl, but hey, we can't have everything that we want. But I don't want to take too much time. We're going to get into this right here. So now I have the build here for the DragonKnight build. We're going to go for 30 in Radiance, 30 in Valor, and 10 into Honor. So now I'm going to try my best to explain as much as I can how and what makes this build work and why it works so well for me. Okay, so we know Justice and Blind. We know most of the minor traits. So Justice is blind when activating Virtue of Justice. Nearby foes are blinded, and this will blind enemies for about 3 seconds and up to 5 people within a radius of 240. So now we have Shimmering Defense. You will burn nearby foes when you are struck while below your health below the health threshold. Sorry, I'm like tongue-tied right now. So when you're below 25% of the health threshold, you will deal between about 3k damage of burning for up to 7 seconds. Up to 3 people will receive that damage. That's a good thing to have for this build. And again, if you guys haven't seen it, this build is going to be a mix between the Burning and Meditation Guardian. So now we have Renewed Justice. Virtue of Justice is renewed when you kill a foe. As I explained in the past video, Renewed Justice is a good thing to have when you're using your Virtue of Justice, which is your F1, and it's really good for bursts, and when you kill enemies with it, you get that Virtue of Justice back. It's really good to have. It really helps with the burning and helps with damage, and it's just amazing and great thing to have. Searing Flames, when you apply burning to a foe, you remove a boon from them. So if you're going up against enemies that love their boons, every time you burn them, you take away their boon. It's a really good, useful thing to have. Radiant Power, deal more damage to foes inflicted with conditions. Since you are consistently burning enemies, your damage threshold is going to increase by 10% every time you do burning to them. So when they have that burning on them, your damage is going to increase by 10%. Inner Fire, when you are set on fire, you gain Fury. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I don't think I set this one. Why do I have this? Huh. Let me just see here. Give me a second, guys. Maybe I did have that.
Excuse me, I need to speak to you.
Actually, yes. When you are set on fire, you gain Fury. This doesn't happen too often, but when it does, that extra Fury and 20% critical chance will... Actually, yeah, 20% critical chance. That will really help you out with your burning. Also, I want to mention that on my weapon, I have the Superior Sigil of Fire. So, as you can see there, I have a 40% chance of a critical hit. On that 40% critical chance, I also have a 30% chance to trigger a Flame Blast AoE damage. That's really going to help for more extra burning and extra damage. So now we're going to jump into Valor. We have Valorous Defense, gain Aegis when you are struck while below the damage threshold. So when a health drops below 50%, I will gain Aegis. That's going to coincide with another ability I'll explain later. Meditation Mastery. This is going to be a completely meditation build. This is why I said it's between a Burning and Meditation Guardian. This will reduce the meditation recharge by 20%. Courageous Return. Virtue of Courage is recharge when you rally. We obviously know what that does. I don't have to explain that too much. Retributive Armor. Gain precision based off your toughness. You get a total of 5% toughness. That will not take away from your overall toughness in your armor here. As you can see, I still have my 3k. It didn't hinder it at all. I can go back and switch it, but I think I explained it in the last video. Next, we have Might of Protector. Gain might when you block attacks. We obviously know what that does. I don't need to get into that. But that might, as we can see here, gives you extra condition damage. That condition damage will really help with the burning. Now we're going to get into Monk's Focus. Using a meditation skill heals you. This is an amazing fucking skill to have. For 2k healing, that's an amazing thing to have when you use your meditations. You have so many ways to keep yourself, and you have so much survivability. Now here we go. This is why these two little things down here, you have 10 into Honor, and it's pretty good. I like having it. This here, Vigorous Precision. Gain Vigor when you deliver a critical hit. 100% endurance regen for 5 seconds. This is my best friend, and I'll explain to it why I like it so much. Now, Aegis gives retaliation when it ends. Going back into Courageous, or which one was it? Valorous Defense. When you're below 50% health, you will gain Aegis. This will work well with Wrathful Spirit, because when it ends, you gain retaliation. You will gain retaliation even when you're at 100% health and your Aegis goes down upon the first hit, you're gaining retaliation then, and you are gaining retaliation now within that 50% threshold when it goes down. Now we are going to go into meditations here. As you guys know, I like playing a really clean Guardian. I like keeping my Guardian clean from boons. Now, as we look down here, that as with the new update that they apply, where we can actually see the abilities and all the stuff on our character, you will see the healing in there from the Monk's Focus. I'm getting 2k healing when I'm using my skills here. So now, with that, I forget the hell it was called. I'm sorry. Give me a second, guys. This was, what is it? Vigorous Precision. Why I like it so much is because, as you can see, this build does not have a lot of health, as most other builds would have. But this build particularly goes with evasive tanking, and with that evasive Valorous Precision, you are going to be able to evade a lot. So whenever you crit, you have a chance to get that. There we go. So as you can see at the bottom, my endurance is going up pretty quick, and with that, it allows me to keep up my evasive tanking, and I can move around a lot more. I can stay in the fight, and the cool thing about dodging is that dodging really kind of takes away, you know, the chance of having to worry about taking damage. When you are dodging, you're pretty much immune to damage for most whiles. Keep in mind, though, you are not immune to condition damage. But if you're going up against a warrior or someone or a thief that likes to hit really hard, evasive tanking is a great way to go. Also from sieges, if you're in World Reward, or if you're doing anything in Fractals and PvE in the dungeons, that dodge is really going to help you out. I do rely on it a lot, actually, and it's saved my life on several occasions. Now, one thing I want to tell you guys that I forgot to mention in my other video was that this Superior Sigil 5, or the 30% critical chance on a critical, this actually applies to everything that you do for damage. So, it doesn't just apply to my weapon when I attack, when I use my skills here. This will also apply to your Judge's Intervention and your Smite Condition. Smite Condition does damage when you use it. When you cure Condition, anyone within the radius of 360 takes damage from you curing that condition. It does less damage if there's no condition cured, but even still, this can actually still crit. So when Smite Condition crits, even that will set off a blast AoE. So keep that in mind when you're using it. You have a chance to crit with everything that you do. And for a Guardian, 40% critical chance is, in my opinion, fucking amazing. And I have 41% critical damage. I think I'm running half Zerg and half, I forget what it is, but half is giving me critical damage and half is giving me condition damage. I like to focus on my burning, and then I have my meditations with tons of survivability. You have your Virtue of Resolve, which gives you health. You have your heal skill that heals you, and then you have all these nice little meditations that give you health upon using them. This build, if you guys decide to use it, will require a lot of time into it. It's not something you can just throw into and then, you know, just play it right away. In my opinion, I think it requires a lot of practice with it. It took me a while to perfect it, especially if you're going against multiple people, as in, you know, World and you're going in PvP. You're really going to be relying on this Vigorous Precision. You got to make sure you time your dodges right. You got to watch your enemies for when they cast their abilities and when you're getting hit. But keep in mind as well, you got your Contemplation of Purity that heals up to 3 boons, and your Smite Condition, not boons, conditions. And then your Smite Condition, which cures 1 condition. Your Contemplation of Purity will convert all the boons you're suffering from. I keep saying boons because I'm looking at this. All the conditions you are suffering from into boons. I should just read the description right in front of me. Sorry, guys. So anything that you are suffering from, contemplation of purity will turn it into the operative and give you a nice little boon that will actually help you out instead of hinder you. Anyway, guys, this is the complete full build of the DragonKnight build that I have made myself. I told you about how I don't like playing bunkers or glass cannons, and burning a meditation guardian seems pretty fun, so I figured why not put the two together. This is not exactly a glass cannon build, and it's not too tanky as you would see with most bunkers, but this build has tons and tons of survivability. You will keep yourself alive with between your meditations, healing your conditions, and healing yourself, and really relying on this dodge. Make sure you guys time those dodges, and you watch your endurance, and make sure you watch for that symbol that pops. I always, let me see if I can just show that to you guys. I don't know if you saw. Oh, I don't want to fight you. You're a veteran. It shows a little leafy signal. There you go. If you can see at the bottom, the little leaf symbol, that will show you your vigorous regeneration. When you see that, keep in mind the timer on that, and then time you have with your dodges, and then when enemies are hitting you. And I have an unidentified die. That was a nice little thing to get. But this build will really rely on its burning. It's burning, it's critical damage, it's meditation healing, it's boon healing, it's condition. I gotta stop saying boon. Condition healing, and it's dodging. This is the DragonKnight build. I love it. It's a ton of fun. Ever since I've used it, I cannot switch out of this build for anything else. I love it. It's a ton of fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And I'm Cloud from Blackcloud Gaming, and I will see you guys later. Thanks.